run with this. So, okay, I'm Christy Clayton. I'm so glad y'all are here tonight. I'm a senior gold, and I'm so excited about where our team is going. And tonight we're going to start with some wins. I want to hear some things that are going well for you. If you reached out to somebody on your dream team list, or you've got a good product testimony from one of your customers or something. So that's really where I would like to start tonight. And then I want to give y'all just a little kind of like pep talk, like around the huddle, and just where we kind of get a little motivated and keep going. So does anybody have anything good going on your team or with your customers? Anything that's stuck out? I want to brag for a minute because, okay, Amber, I don't know what all of your screen looks like, but Amber is my friend from college. So we've known each other 15, 20, almost 20 years, a long time. And she is the sweetest person. And I love, she totally made my day the other day because she was commenting about her testimony with Plexus and about how it's just changed her mindset as a mom and to live a healthier lifestyle, and she has so much energy to keep up with her kids and all this stuff. And it was so great. And I think I woke up to something one morning and I was like, oh, I'm so proud of her. She's doing so good. Then that night, it was the last thing that I saw before I went to bed. And she was like, I can't do laundry because I'm trying to pick out my Lexus. I'm trying to decide about my Lexus. And I was like, yes, because that's it. If you can see yourself there, she said she had 14 or 15 loads of laundry. And do y'all want to know, this is my living room right now. So I feel you. Because this is nuts. But I loved that she was like, you know what? I'm going to put this out here because this is really what's going through my brain. And that, just by hearing that from her, motivated me to a whole new level. I'm like, if she wants that Lexus, then we got to work hard and we got to help her get that Lexus. What are we going to do? So for me, that was huge. So that was a win that she'll probably attest. She was probably one of the biggest skeptics. It took her a really long time. She did not want to be part of something that she couldn't wholeheartedly support. She didn't want to be a fad or anything that would attribute to an unhealthy body image. She did not want to just preach skinny. She wanted it to be so much more than that. So to see how far she's come, I just love it. It's made my week kind of. So does anybody else have anything that's going on your team? You'll have to unmute yourself and I want you to pop in. Anyone?
I have an ambassador who is, she's not one I think I told you about, or she signed up as a preferred customer a year ago and ordered once and then deleted everything and never would give me any feedback about why she quit. Well, she signed up as an ambassador last month just for wholesale pricing. Checked in with her today. She is loving it, wants to try different products, and now she's asking me about how we earn money. So I'm like, woo, all right. So super excited about that. You just never know, someone who's such a skeptic at first, and ends up loving the products, and then lo and behold, ends up wanting to actually make a business out of it. So I'm super excited about that.
Yes. I would definitely agree. I had a person that last summer and ordered for 3 months and then never replied to any message I ever sent her for a long time. And then last month, she's like, okay, how do I do this again? I want this shipped to me every month. I want to do it. And she's fired up and loving it. So you think people fall off the face of the earth and you're like, oh, they've got to have blocked me. They hate my guts and they're never talking to me ever again. And then they're like, oh, they come back around. So don't quit what we're doing because they're watching for sure. So anybody else have anything that's going good for you? Health-wise, business testimony? Anything?
I did reach out to a girl. I don't know if I'd say she was necessarily on my dream team. I thought she would be someone that would be good. I didn't know because we really don't chat very much. I actually know her husband. I don't know her. And I reached out to her because she's a health and fitness nut. And I was really expecting either no reply or I'm not interested, whatever. And she actually said she wanted more information and said thanks for thinking of me and stuff like that. So that was very positive for me because I was very nervous about that one. So that
Yes.
was really good.
I think it's hard. I don't think I ever get over that feeling of putting myself out there. That fear of rejection, like what are they going to think? They're think I've gone off the deep end. They're not going to get it. And then that time when they come back and they get it, they're like, okay, well maybe there's more to this. Makes it all worth it. And I know what we have to offer is amazing. So that's why I think I tell y'all a lot, share with confidence. Like you can share this confidently, have that mindset to talk to people about it. So, okay, now I would love to know anything that is challenging you. Anybody have anything like kind of a roadblock where they're at?
I have a great team. I have like hardly any customers. I don't know what to do about that. It's like no customers whatsoever. Well,
I'm in the same boat,
and my
Misty.
grandma.
Yeah. Okay.
So tips on that. I don't know.
Well, it's kind of funny because when I started, there was kind of like this school of thought maybe that you don't add people as an ambassador unless they are definitely in it to win it for the business. Like you don't just let people be wholesale buyers. So probably about 6 to 7 months into Plexus for me, like this whole mind shift happened and they're like, yes, add anyone. They don't have to work the business. You can just call them wholesale buyers. And so a ton of my customers moved to ambassadors at that point because I had a huge customer base and not tons of ambassadors. So I'm kind of right there with you. Like it's been a different journey to rebuild a customer base. So I would say, I think will be really good for us, like in the next couple of weeks, for us to put together a 7-day challenge. These are really fun because you have everyone order a 7-day bag of Slim, the 7-day trial. They can order for $5 more than they can get Boost or Accelerator with it. So you're just saying, will you be a product tester? I need you to commit to take this for 7 days. I want your honest feedback. If you have any good results, I want to hear them. If you hate this, I want to hear it. You get them to buy as a customer for $24.95 or $29.95. Then we do a giant group page where everybody is in on that, and then we like flood them with great information as they check in on that group page. And then after 7 days, we want their honest feedback. And that means if they felt any good thing, if they got better sleep, if they had reduced cravings, if they had more energy, if they noticed they were eating healthier foods or that they're whatever, if they notice anything good, then we want to sign them up and say, how do we get you going? These are your options. And for me, like I hardly ever, if someone is just like adamant, like I don't want to join, then and if they're not going to purchase over $100 a month, don't let them join as an ambassador because then you don't make any money at all off of them. If they're ordering $92, you're not making anything and they're getting the best price. So if they were ordering $92 as a customer, that's going to be good for you. So you want to ask them, so what products are you interested in? What are your health goals? And then steer them, listen to them to see if they're interested in the business side. If they're going to order at least 3 products or more a month, I recommend go ahead and just get the best price. If you're going to commit to 3 products a month, then you want to be an ambassador. It's like a wholesale at Sam's. You want to get the best deal. If you're not really that committed and you just want to try the products, then these are the options as a retail customer or a preferred customer. Now, I don't know if you know this, but as a preferred customer, you get their commission from their preferred order, and you also get a preferred customer bonus. So those bonuses, they add up quickly, and they're kind of like sprinkles on a cupcake. Like they're just like show up, and you're like, oh, I got a preferred customer bonus. I didn't even know I was going to get. So that is really good. And I would just say, like, let's work on getting a 7-day challenge going, and then as we roll those people in, really listen to them. A lot of times it's hard for me because I want to just like throw up Plexus. Y'all have heard that, like throw up Plexus on people. And I have to step back and just say, okay, how does this benefit you the best? It's not about what, if I need them to be an ambassador or if I need them to be a customer. How I really want to look for that person and have their best interest at heart. So I think if we listen to them and say, what are your goals? Like, how many products are you going to commit to? Does it bother you to have an auto draft to save you some extra money? Would you like to purchase with absolutely no commitment? Hear what they want and then steer them in the best place. So I think I think a 7-day challenge will be good. So I'll get that kind of going for our team, and we can look at doing that in the next few weeks. That's a good. I'm glad you brought that stuff up. Anybody else have anything kind of roadblocks? Anything that you're kind of hitting right now?
I had several people that have had trouble with the product, like several customers, and even a couple of people that signed up wholesale that just are having trouble, like either not having the results they thought they wanted, or
Yes,
some different problems. So
yes.
we've been trying to work through them, but some of them I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what to do. So.
Yes. Kind of depending on the situation. I mean, for me personally, like I lost a few pounds probably in my first month, and almost it was like dead. Like I wasn't eating bad, but I wasn't dropping weight. And even in my head, I was like, I wanted to be discouraged. I wanted it to be like, oh, I lost 20 pounds in 7 days from Plexus. It was so great. And it wasn't like that. And so part of me even wanted to be like, I'm really not losing this very fast. But I remember that knowing I have 3 babies. So every pregnancy, I was to be like, okay, girl, it took you 9 months to put all this on. Give yourself at least 9 months. And then you can be mad after that 9 months work. So I had to kind of tell myself the same thing. It takes a lifetime of unhealthiness to get to where we are. So I can't really expect in 5 weeks that I'm going to be amazing because I was feeling a lot better, even though I wasn't seeing the weight loss. So I had to look at, well, what things am I noticing? What am I noticing anything positive? And yes, I was. So I was like, okay, I'm going to keep going. And then honestly, I just made a major commitment and started incorporating Boost into my schedule. And it was like just determined. And y'all, it is that. It takes determination, but I know Plexus makes it so much easier. And that is when I just, it worked big time for me, but my head was in the game. So that's what we just have to always remind people, that it took a lifetime of unhealthiness to get to where we are. And we have to give it 60 to 90 days at least. And just to kind of know how to, I always say, are you drinking enough water? Because if you're not pushing out the toxins in your body, and water is the catalyst that helps Slim work the way it's supposed to. So if they're not doing those things, then that's the biggest. And you can always have them pull back off of stuff. Like if I think one of your customers maybe, or one of your ambassadors just had a really hard time with the BioCleanse and the probiotic, hey, let's just stop everything. Let's take like 3 days off. And let's just
I did that with her. She stopped for a week and then started back, and I think she had gone up too quickly, and so that was part of the problem.
Yes,
I haven't talked to her this week to see how things are going,
and a lot of people.
Another lady, she says the Slim is like she doesn't. I don't know, the sweetness in the morning kind of nauseates her, and so I've been trying to think of some ways to suggest her to take that, or just to take it later in the day or something.
Yes. Yeah. I think just checking in with your new customers, maybe every 3 days, and kind of if you notice that they're a high maintenance personality, like, you're like, they're going to need a little extra, check in with them frequently. And, I always check in on a positive note though. Like, I don't want to say, even the difference is, just wanted to check in with you and see, how Plexus is going for you is different than, oh my goodness, girl, it's my check-in day and I hope you're loving Plexus. How is it? I can't wait to hear from you. Like, if I approach it with I'm loving it, I hope you're loving it, rather than, did you have anything good? Have you noticed anything good with Plexus? That's a totally different approach. So try to approach it like in a positive way, because even for them, it is a little mental too, and if they're not seeing things as quickly as they want to. But I love that. And you can always, and I know you have, but throw those out in our group text or our group page if you have questions. And because people can always, chime in on what worked for them and what didn't work, And that's the good and the bad about Plexus, is that there is so much flexibility, and it's just about learning how to tweak it to fit everyone perfectly. So it does take a little bit of time. Anybody else have anything?
So, do you know about when you think you might want to run the 7 day? Because I was just thinking that today. I was
Yes.
just thinking, okay, I want to get my list and kind of get everyone introduced to what I'm already doing so that way I would like to run a 7 day and then be like, okay, now you all know what I'm doing. Now let's run the 7 day. So, do you kind of have a
I
timeline?
kind of would love maybe June 1st. Then that would all put it on our May PV. If we can use it over the next, like let's have them order starting maybe next, let me see. Let me look at my calendar. Let's maybe announce it next Monday, the 23rd. So that would give us 9 days for them to order and get their product in. And then we could start it on June 1st.
Okay.
Would that work?
I think for me, shipping here to the island, I think I'm averaging about 9 to 10 days delivery.
Okay. We could
On a good day.
would the 6th be better? I think a lot of people, like mindset wise, on a Monday is good too. Like June 6th. Is that
That would work for me if it works for everyone else.
Is that too far out? I still think we could be announcing that and have everybody get it, like put it through on May to get it through your PV, and then start that on the 6th. If y'all want to do that,
It works for me.
good deal. Let's work on that then. Okay. Anybody else have anything?
This has been kind of a weird month for me. So I've added a few new ambassadors, two of which were already customers. Christine is one. Hi, Christine. But I've lost some preferred customers. Some of them I don't know why, like they're not responding to me.
Yes.
One of them I heard from today, and she just said that they have some unexpected financial stuff going on. So, like, I feel like I'm building, but I'm also rebuilding already. I'm only in like the second month.
Yes.
So I'm trying to figure out, like, and I tried to follow up with them regularly, like, how's everything going? Are you feeling great? Are you having good results? That kind of stuff. So I'm not really sure. I don't know that I went wrong necessarily, but I'm trying to figure out a better way to make sure that they're noticing their results. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I think two that I lost this month were ones that wanted a quick fix. And that's kind of why I posted last week what I messaged you about. I was like, is this okay? Because I'm not sure. But yeah, so that's been kind of a roadblock for me. But I also, like, I'm meeting with somebody on Wednesday night who is interested, and I have another ambassador that's going to be signing up when she can budget, like, to the welcome kit and stuff like that. So, like, I feel like things are going okay, but at the same time, I'm losing people too. So I don't know. It's been a weird month.
Yes, I think that's hard for me too. And it's called attrition. And it's when you lose people, you lose ambassadors, and you lose customers. And what I kind of talked about last week is that in this business, you can never have a closed fist financially or with your ambassadors or your team. Your hand has to be open because you're going to want the financial side of this to flow through an open hand. You're not going to want to be a greedy person. You're going to want to let it flow. And you're going to also kind of have to be like a colander and let people are going to drip off. And it's like a lot of people use the analogy of a bathtub drain. Like your bathtub drain is always open and you're just always going to be pulling more water into it. And so that is the nature of this business. Financial things happen and people can't stick it out. People want quick fixes, and Plexus isn't always a quick fix. And then people who want a business to move, maybe it doesn't move as fast as they want. You're always going to have people that you lose, and that is part of it. Now, we want to do the best that we can to retain them, train them, to encourage them. But at the same time, you're always going to be wanting to recruit new every month. So I would just say you haven't done anything wrong, and you can't take it personally, because that is hard for me. I felt like another part of them, they rejected me. They don't like my products. They, thought I was a liar, or, like I had all this negativity about people who maybe just couldn't afford it that month. It wasn't personal. They just couldn't afford it. So I think just knowing in your head, again, like our products are great. Our business is great. Nothing comes easy. You're not going to wake up light as a feather tomorrow, and you're not going to wake up with a whole bunch of zeros in your bank account if you're not working. You're going to have to put in the work on this. Yeah. So I think you just stay confident and know that another thing that I was going to share a little bit later, but it seems like a good fit is, if you flip a coin 100 times, you have really amazing odds of landing on heads. Like you just do. If out of 100 times, you're going to have some great odds to land on heads. And if you only do it one time, though, your odds are much lower that you would land on a heads. That is us reaching out. Like the more we put ourselves out there, the more opportunities we're going to have. And I think that's called the law of the average. And it's in a book, MLM book too, just talking about the more we put ourselves out there, the more people that we're going to be able to inspire and encourage and to bring into our teams. So I say just keep going and doing what you're doing and kind of rise above, like reach out to people and know that you're trying to save them, like, oh, I don't want to lose you. But at the same time, know that life happens. And sometimes people just say a no right now, but it doesn't mean a no forever. We were just talking about people who come back in after we haven't heard from them. They don't answer our messages and they still come back into our business. Yeah. So does anybody else have anything?
Chrissy, I just sent you a message. I'm curious as far as what marketing material you guys are using. I know that the post went out about hitting up beauticians, hairdressers, things like that, but a lot of them will not have time to sit, especially if you go to their business. They don't want to talk right then. What kind of marketing materials are you guys using to talk to them or to advertise to them?
I don't think I have a specific to go in. I think this is very relational. It's a very relational business. So the people that I know who are in that I already have a personal relationship with, I would approach them in that, like whoever cuts your hair, go talk to them the next time you're in their chair. Kind of present it like that. I don't know that I have a strategic plan, but I always keep that list going. And I've told you all about that list on my phone of my people. And I have used all those emoticons next to it to know who I'm marking off and who I'm talking to, who I want to follow up with more. There's some great websites though. Ashley, are you a member of Plexus Power Tools?
No, but I have been meaning to join. I keep hearing good stuff about it.
Okay, it's amazing. It's like $9.95, and there are tons and tons of files. $9.95 a year. And there are tons of files for brochures and printables and anything like that. So that's a good, if you wanted something to put in someone's hand, and also the magazine, the catalogs in the back office have been out of stock, but they are back. And I just ordered a stack of them and I was so glad to get them because they're super professional and it's tons of information. So you could always leave someone with your business card stapled to a magazine or a catalog. And, you can leave that in, all kinds of waiting rooms and hair salons or whatever, just for customers to look through too, because it's a great tool. So maybe that kind of helped you out a little bit there, Brandon.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay. Anybody else have anything? Okay, my tip for tonight is just about consistency. And I listen to training calls tons. I have my phone going all the time because I don't want to miss out on something, and I want to stay encouraged, and I want to hear all these stories of people who, have risen to the top of this company and built amazing teams. And one of them that really resonated with me is because I was a teacher. I taught third grade for 8 years and knew from early in high school that I was going to be a teacher. I loved it. I wanted to be a kindergarten teacher or a third grade teacher and just loved it. And I had my first year of teaching, my principal came to me and said, hey, can I send you to a principal leadership academy? And he said, your principal material, like, you're going to be amazing at this. And I know that you'll be awesome someday. And this is an expensive training, but I'd really like to invest in you. And I honestly looked at him because my heart was bigger than anything. I wanted to be a mama. And while I love teaching, I was like, I just don't think I'm going to be around here forever. Like, I just think I'm probably going to take a break for a while. And so I told him that. And I remember having to say, you know, I really feel like it will be in your best interest to offer that to someone else, because my long-term plan isn't to be right here. I want to be a mom for a while. And he graciously accepted that and appreciated that I was honest with him. But, you know, how many principals are in a building? 1 or 2 out of 40 or 50 staff. And as much as I would have wanted that, maybe he would have still been there. Maybe I did go to Leadership Academy. Maybe I did want to become a principal in that building. But the chances are I would have probably had to take in a job somewhere else to maybe get to be a principal somewhere. So what I'm saying is there's only one room at the top. There's only one slot for that job. And where we are, there are no assigned seats. We can only have this many people at the top. We can only have this many people on our second tier. We can only have this right here. We don't have that. Like, as far as you want to go, you can go. And if you want to be the principal, if you want to be the superintendent, if you want to be whatever you want to be in this company, there's room. There are seats that are available. You ever played musical chairs? Didn't you hate it when you were the chair that was cut? You're like, you know, like, my chair, why did mine have to get cut? It's not like that with Plexus. Like, there's lots of chairs. You're going to find a spot. If you keep doing this, okay, here's the most amazing statistic I've heard all day. 95% of people who commit and work this business for 10 years end up in the top level of our company, of any MLM company. That's a crazy statistic. So let's say you all stick with this, and in 10 years, you're making $420,000 a year, $30,000 to $50,000 a month. It's real rough, huh? Real rough. Like that. Those odds are better than what my financial advisor can offer. You know, like, that's pretty good business right there. So I just want to tell you, like, we're at a place where the bottom may feel crowded at times, but there's so much room at the top. And Ashley, I sat by her when we went to the opportunity meeting in Little Rock last Thursday, and I kind of was just blown away. Like, when they said, if you're an ambassador, lots of people stood up. And then when they said, if you're silver, stand up. And then they said, if you're gold, there were fewer and fewer and fewer people at every rank. But there's room. It's not like we're capped out at any of those. Like, yes, there's room. It's going to take work, but there's room. And so I think that was just great encouragement for me today. Like, I'm in this. Yeah, I told you all last week, don't have a time limit, or earlier in this week, I think I made that video. Like, don't let this expire. Don't just say in 3 months I didn't make $50,000, I'm quitting. You know, stick it out, because the payoff is so good. And the messages from people that have life-changing health improvement, that's what it's all about. Like, when you have that mindset that you're here to be a blessing to other people, that's the greatest. You know, that is what our president of Plexus said. He said, you know, at the end of his closing, his message, his sermon or whatever, it really wasn't, but it was really good. He said, you know, don't let Plexus get in the way of your relationships. Still be friends with people who aren't in Plexus. Don't let them take away time from your family and for your kids. Still carve that out. And if you're blessed, be a blessing. He said, I just want to leave you with that. And I'm like, that is so good. You know, this is coming from the top of our company, who says, remember your family, remember the things why you're drawn to this, and be a blessing. Keep focused on other people. So I love that. I just want to give y'all like a quick huddle and encourage you to keep doing what you're doing. And we're halfway through May. And the second half, I kind of feel like, is way more exciting than the first half of every month, because we're about to see promotions and we're going to see exciting things happen. So I'm just telling you, if you are working and if you have not added a person this month, go for it. If you have added 1 or 2, or you're close to getting silver, then keep going. If you want to get your products paid for, message me and let me help you see how to do that. Whatever your next goal is, just keep going at it. And it's just really exciting. These next 2 weeks are always so fun for me. So let's just hit the ground running and build into our 7-day challenge. That'll be so good for all of us. So I'm so glad that y'all took time out of your schedule tonight. I know it's crazy. So do y'all have anything else? Any questions or comments or anything? Y'all are all good? Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to go tuck my babies in and clean up my laundry pile on the couch tonight. So, okay. Well, y'all have an awesome week, and send me a message or anything if y'all have any questions. Okay. All right. Talk to y'all later.
Bye.
Bye.